completely negative review of Starfield. Uh-oh, here we go.
I like Bethesda RPGs. The first one I tried was Oblivion, and after Oblivion I tried Morrowind, which continues to be till this day one of my favorite games of all time.
I never played Morrowind.
I think it's the best one that Bethesda has made in that style, and I have continued to enjoy Bethesda RPGs since that point. I like Fallout 3, I like Fallout New Vegas, and I even like Skyrim. Even though in all of those games I had complaints, like a lot of complaints, they're still fun, they're strangely hypnotic. Even Fallout 4, which I didn't like, still drew me in for a long period of time before I realized, oh, I hate this game. The Bethesda RPG formula is so powerful that it took dozens of hours of playing Fallout 4 before you realized, oh, I don't like this is bad.
I remember I had that happen with a number of games. One of them, I was actually thousands of hours into the game, and I started to realize that. It's kind of an interesting realization.
That's why people that are defenders of Bethesda games, whenever you criticize it and you say, well, I played for 10 hours or 20 hours and I didn't like it, didn't draw me in, didn't like this, didn't like that, they'll be like, oh, 10 hours, 20 hours? That's nothing.
Yeah.
The game just started. You can't judge on a Bethesda RPG game with only 10 hours of gameplay under your belt. No, that's ridiculous. It sounds silly to say, but they have a point. So to quiet some of those critics, let me inform you that my game time is about 100 hours now. In that playtime, I finished the main story and all
Oh, bro, he had to go through all that fucking shit? Oh, God. He had to play the main... Oh, Jesus. The main story. God, man, this guy really went through the ringer for this fucking video.
Major faction quests, and started the game over several times, picking different skills to focus on each time. And my conclusion after doing that is that it's much of what I expected from a Bethesda RPG. And I think it's a lot better than Fallout 4, which is the only one of these games I didn't really like at all. So I had a lot of fun with it. You don't play a game for 100 hours and not enjoy yourself. But I have a lot of complaints. I have a lot of...
I've played games for 100 hours and been pissed off the whole time, many times. Like, yeah, I think that's like the norm for me. I've played Starfield. Let me show you guys. My Starfield playtime is 56 hours. So I played a good amount of time. Not a whole lot, but I played a little bit. Not as much as him. But I have in general enjoyed my time playing the game. That's the reason, is I've enjoyed my time playing the game for the most part. That's it, because all I do is I run around and I shoot people.
Complaints. And that's what this video is going to focus on. If you're looking for a comprehensive review that's weighing positive and negatives, you should go look elsewhere. Because I like to stick to doing the things I do well. And that's complaining. I'm very good at complaining.
Okay.
In all
Let's go.
Bethesda RPGs, the worst version of the game is the version you buy at release.
I've heard about that. That apparently Bethesda does such a bad job at maintaining their own games that the community doesn't want them to update their own games because it might break some of the mods that have already fixed the problems that the updates are supposed to fix. They're like, please, just leave it alone. Stop. No, we don't want a 1.1, 1.10. No. Just here. We fixed it. It's fine. Just stay away.
Starfield seems to have a bunch of planned DLC already.
Oh, good.
And they've announced that there are going to be major patches to the game as it goes forward.
Thank God.
And so complaining is a good thing because it helps inform them on what needs attention. And universally agreed upon problems could be rectified in one of those patches or as a part of one of the major DLCs.
Yeah, sure.
Problem 1 with Starfield is the build and weapon variety for anything other than a ballistics playthrough. The weapon variety for laser weapons suck. The weapon variety for particle weapons also sucks.
You mean there's weapons besides ballistic weapons? Oh, I guess there's laser weapons, but they're the exact same, though. It's just a laser instead of a bullet. Like, it plays the exact same. It's not like there's actually a function, a functional difference between the two, right? I think it's the same.
And the melee weapons have it worse than anybody. Now,
Melee in Starfield really sucks dick.
Talked about the laser weapons in my last
sucks
video,
dick.
but the problem was a lot worse than I realized since that. To recap the complaint in that video, there are only 3 laser weapons in the entire game: the Solstice, the Equinox, and the Orion. Now you could bump that up to 5 if you include the Cutter and the Arc Welder. Now I'm not sure you should include them,
No,
but
I wouldn't.
whatever, let's include them for the sake of argument. That's 5 total
Sure.
at most. With the overwhelming majority that you're going to see at any given time is the first 3.
Yeah.
Now out of those 5, the Arc Welder, the Orion, and the Equinox all use the same type of ammo. They're all competing for the same resource. The Solstice, on the other hand, uses a different type of ammo, and it's the only gun in the game that uses that ammo type.
I feel like there's a lot of ammunition in Starfield that doesn't really need to be there. Like, one time I scrolled through my ammunition tab, and I realized that I think there's more types of ammunition than guns. What the fuck?
Which is something that doesn't happen to any other weapon in the game. It doesn't make any sense. The laser weapons are obviously neglected. When you look at the scope and variety of the ballistic weapon category and compare it to any other weapon category, you see how big the disparity is. I suspect that there's a good reason for this. I think that Bethesda is going to retroactively add a bunch of mid to low tier laser weapons in one of their DLC updates. I'm betting in the first one that they release.
Why don't we have a laser sword? Were you fucking kidding me? Are you telling me that we don't have a Halo 2 energy sword? Why the fuck not? Every melee weapon I get, it's like you can either get one of these or you get one of these. And it's like you're gonna hit somebody, it's like... doesn't do shit. Meanwhile, I have my fucking sniper rifle that crits for 3.5k with no buffs. It's a waste of fucking time.
Scattered space, that will be about House Varun. It'll add more mid, low, and high tier laser weapons, maybe even some particle weapons, and then they'll do something similar to melee weapons in a subsequent update. We will talk about the melee.
Bro, how do you miss that? Like, not him, but like, how does this miss?
They'll do something similar.
Like, watch. Whoa, wait. Let's see the shot. Hitboxes is so fun. No, it's not even this one. It's the next one. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Is this a joke?
Talk about the melee weapons as well, because they got it even worse. But first, let me respond to some of the rebuttals I got to my last video discussing this issue.
Uh-oh.
One of the common
oh yeah, this is where the Starfield defenders come in.
Comments that I got was something like, "Oh, that just happened to you. You know, you just didn't play for long enough." I got tons of cool.
The beauty of Starfield is that it is so vast, and 2 random people can have 2 very different experiences. I saw nothing but laser weapons. I'm just trying to read through him so I can understand like what his capitalization logic is, right? And like what his spacing logic is. Because like sometimes you have like 2 or 3 spaces like right here. But like most of the other times there's not 2 or 3 spaces. But like Starfield's capitalized. I isn't capitalized. I don't know. I'm just curious, right? I was thinking about it. Anyway, I saw nothing but laser weapons, laser sniper rifles, laser pistol, etc. And I never used them. I just give the best laser weapons to Andreja and forget about the rest.
Laser weapons.
Mobile commenter?
So many different laser weapons and many different varieties. And so I'll respond to that criticism here. You did not find a bunch of laser weapons.
You found the same laser weapon a bunch of times.
You didn't. Nobody did. What you found was different varieties of the same 3 laser weapons.
True. So true. Fucking obviously. It's actually crazy how some of these people just have literally no fucking idea what they're talking about, you know? I mean, obviously, yeah, it's like, I mean, I'm not a fucking... Well, you think I'm a wizard because I fucking figured out what he's gonna say? It's common sense. And yeah, there's a laser sniper rifle. And you know what the chances of getting that is? I played for 50 hours and all I do is combat, and I found 1. Now, it was a really good one. I use it now all the time, which is really cool. But I've only found 1.
You found Equinoxes, Solstices, and Orions with different weapon
look
mods
at the
or perks on the
shots
weapons.
there.
You found legendary versions of those weapons, and that's all you found. Because that's all that's in the game. I also,
Bro, watch this.
and that's all you found.
Watch. This game is so good.
Because that's all that's in the game. I also got...
What the fuck is this? I don't understand. How does this happen? It just works? I just didn't.
comments saying, nah, man, I found better weapons down the line, you know, those Veyroon weapons.
Yeah.
And those are not laser weapons, those are particle weapons.
You want to know the real problem with this game? I'll tell you one of the problems is that every fucking gun is the same because there are no ballistics in the game. The only ballistics that exist is with the heavy guns, and even they have almost no ballistics whatsoever. Almost every single gun is effectively hit scan. It happens instantaneously, so it doesn't matter whether it's a laser rifle or a gun. Like, for example, let's use another game called Apex Legends. Let's look at the two sniper rifles. We're going to exclude the Kraber, okay? Let's look at the longbow and the triple take. Okay, the longbow does more damage and it has a drop-off, whereas the triple take does lower damage unless you have the choke, and it has almost no drop-off. It has maybe a very small amount, right? Triple take's not a sniper. I thought it was basically kind of as, I don't know. I use it a lot as a sniper. Either way, right? A lot of the laser weapons had almost no ballistics, so there is a difference between these two weapons. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I thought I was taking fucking crazy pills. Yeah, triple take was a fucking sniper. I remember you could get like the choke on it and it would do like 100 damage if you like headshot somebody with it. Yeah, it was insane. So, yeah, this is the problem. It's because every gun is the same, whether it's shooting a blue bullet or a black bullet or like a bronze bullet. It doesn't matter, really, does it? Because it's all the same. Apex Ballistics so good. The one with the one hit scan weapons, the charge rifle. Well, I think the game with the best ballistics that were meaningful was PUBG. I think PUBG ballistics are to this day unmatched, and I actually think that it made the game way better. I never played Tarkov. Never played Tarkov. I cannot comment on that. I did play Tarkov. I played it once. I killed a guy. He shot me. I ran away. I bled out, and I died, and I quit the game. I bought the $150 version of the game too. So yeah, I was watching Summit play it, and I was like, fuck, I might as well try this.